I don't know why, but I feel like really off center. But welcome to the video. We're playing Abzan, good stuff. We have an Atraxa. I've played it like one time, playing this deck so far. It's been fine. It's for best of one. Best of three. Cut it. Cut it. Put it in the sideboard, something. Other than that, the list is really good. We're going to play deck that revolves around that. Graveyard Trespasser, really good. Raska is like fine. It's like good. Fine. Fine, good. Good, fine. But we have spot removal. We have value cards, and good cards. Value planeswalkers. And one of Atraxa to win the game. If, like, it comes down to it. Other than that, this deck a lot of times hates on Atraxa decks. It can just punish them. If they resolve Atraxa once, you can kind of deal with it. And you can kind of build yourself back in. Other than that, but we're going to get in there. Mainly Abzan good stuff. Only thing to note, I'm playing 3 wedding announcements. I trimmed one to play a Glissa, like a third copy. I think its combat presence is really important over like having the other one of these, and top decking this feels a lot better than this. When this can blow up Kamanos and other things like that, and then they can go to combat, you can always win your fights. Other than that, we'll see how it goes, I suppose. Let's hop into the games. One goes first. I go second, but I'll keep. I'm supposed to keep up cut down. What's a mountain reveal? I think getting this tap land down is more important, especially when we have a graveyard trespasser next turn. It'll be a play with fire, trying to dig and try to find a land or better cards, which they keep on top. Another mountain. Oh, we know what we're cutting down. Do we want to do it now or next turn? I'll just go ahead and now kind of conserve some of our life total here. Just get it out of the way. Because if they untap, it's most likely about minimum 2 damage. I think because this can be activated at any time. Or, never mind. I was thinking this is the tap one that deals damage. Sure. We'll probably go ahead and cut down again. Again, trying to maximize the amount of life we have. We'll take 1 to not take an additional 1. We're up on cards and everything else. So we'll play this. We'll play our Trespasser, gain that 1 life back. Maybe. A little part of me is seeing the Bloodthirsty Adversary. It's actually going to go ahead and take this play with fire. I know they're like a turn away from it, but let's just go ahead and prevent that option for now. Although we can play a Scrap Gorger and probably get it before they get to that point. Reckless Impulse, Swiss Spear, another Reckless Impulse. No land in hand is probably best case scenario. They have one. So they could probably Impulse again, which I feel like is the option. We're going to Lightning Strike, get rid of their last card in hand. Okay. So they're prepared to go all out next turn. They felt pretty obligated to move this, and also with them only going to be having 1 card in hand and all these in exile, they won't be able to discard anything to this. So we'll go ahead and eat the other Lightning Strike. Again, I'm at 17, so I don't feel super pressured to eat their creatures. I feel more pressure eating these spells away and preventing them from getting them with like Kessig in play or the Bloodthirsty Adversary. Mechanized Warfare. It's a land mechanized. They lose the Swiss Spear. It's probably going to be Swiss Spear. I would assume they might feel obligated to play this Kamano. They attack, I'm blocking all day. Kamano comes down, I'm still going to block if they attack. This attack would be incredibly loose, to say it lightly. Get to play Mechanized attack next turn, but we can prevent that by playing a Bank Buster and a Scrap Gorger. Take 1. Hold back, because we can crew up the Bank Buster with the Trespasser and block the Swiss Spear. In which they'll have to cast another spell. See it? Play with fire on this. Make them discard first. Discard a land. Recruit. That leaves. Prevent this attack. Or they can attack and we'll sack our Bank Buster. We're working towards this Eternal Wanderer and a second Trespasser. So I feel pretty good about it. Although there's still a lot of cards that we can put in our hand. But I'm still going to go and obligate to trade. Alright, we'll just pass. We have a Wandering Emperor. This can enter and exile 2 cards instead now unless they play 2 spells. It'd be fairly obvious that we have an Emperor. But it's not going to be. What do we want to eat now? They have 4 lands. They have so many spells in there. Now, let's just take direct damage ones. We'll exile the Kamano.
You're done.
I'm gonna be able to cast 2 spells unless this is the 4th impulse in their top 17. And tap. Still nighttime. This will enter and get 2. I'm gonna go ahead and put a counter on here because making this a huge creature might be more important. Also keeping this around. We could play this. But I want to get... I think I want to get the Trespasser down instead. Enter 1, 2. Again, our life total is incredibly high. I'm cool with just playing the defensive game here. Their gas is going to be generally pretty low in my opinion. Alright, here it comes. So this is the Bloodthirsty Adversary. We'll see what they target. That's how exile. I think this is all one fluid motion. They only have 1 card, so we'll just exile it now. Us working down all these spells and stuff has actually neutralized this. This will let hit us if they go at us. Go after the Emperor. I think that's fine. I'm not too concerned about it in terms of trading this off.
I guess that's that.
Or we'll play a first strike Death Toucher that they can never remove. Let's do this colorless. We don't want to tap the Gorger. We want to keep it for the same reasons we kept it initially. Back with this. Get these out of here. 2-point swing. Also 4, so it's 6 total. They're in top deck mode. They have 1 impulse left. I think that's the only card that they have that like draws other cards. Felden can. We're gonna block with Glissa. Or we just let it go. I mean, what could it be? This is 3 damage. I have way more coming through for me. So yeah, sure. We'll let that come through. Just go ahead and activate this. We're gonna eat the land so we have cards to eat with our Glutton. So play this. We're gonna go to our graveyard, eat a card, it doesn't matter. You have to with this.
I'll help any way
I can play a double striker. I'm gonna get rid of this. It'll come back. Attack. I don't feel like I'm blocking anytime soon, so here, and then we'll go to our graveyard and we'll eat another Trespasser. This is an enchantment, right? Yeah. So then we get to remove this enchantment. Now the pressure is just incredibly off. Well, if this is landing, a double kick, but they don't have a card in their graveyard to target it. Lightning Strike and Glissa here. Belden coming in to deal 2. Can't block, so there's no reason for them to hold it back. And then we will just exile Bloodthirsty again and get in there and close out the game. Nice. Was able to stave off the early aggro, and Glissa kind of came in a little bit late, but Glissa in these matchups is just incredible as a turn 3 drop, as it has first strike and can answer everything. All right, we have cards to do things with tap lands. Sure. Black Infect. Not the only deck on this, so we can pretty much mark what they're doing already. Draw a card, give me an infect? No. Maybe not. Maybe I'm being absurd. Just do that. Get it out of the way. Glissa or Trespasser? We'll play the one that makes them discard a card, although they probably have just straight up sack effects. Creature or that. We'll just take the creature. It's nice knowing you, Trespasser. You will be getting sacked, most likely. Gildred's Edict, most likely. Or the 3-mana one. Bloated Contaminator, maybe not. Now we got a couple of options. We can Wandering Emperor, or we can play the thing that just wins every combat at all. 1 blue. This kind of does everything we want it to do, I think. So we're going to play Glissa. Be soft to spot removal with Glissa, but getting hit with this and getting 2 infect going to 17 is not that bad. The C core is a little confusing so far. Okay, they do that post combat. Looking for removal for Glissa, I would imagine. Cut down's not going to get it done. We'll find a go for the throat. Glissa going to be able to shoulder check here. No white mana to worry about. Could give this indestructible, I guess. We're going to block. I guess. Now, is it Emperor time or is it Glissa time? They only have a blue and a black mana, so I definitely think it's Emperor time now. Why they just won't have protection spells. So let's remove this out of play, and then we'll attack. Acer is not necessarily important. Clear this out of the way. Yes, we could have removed something from our... No, we can't, because that was exiled. We'll just take the removal. Again, Shieldred's Edict's very live here. The 3rd Augury. Okay. So far, we've had 2 matches where our opponents had, like, the 2-drop good draw spell in their hand. And the top, like, 3 of them. Sure. Like a decent sequence there. I can imagine they don't have much else. There's another one of those, I guess. Those are really good if you just run them after I got 3 infect. Edict? No, toxic creature. Okay. Toxic creature. Okay. These die nothing. I didn't know if it was the one that proliferated or not. It's not. Overgrown Tomb. So, because Edict's so relevant, we're going to go ahead and minus this and make another creature. We'll cut down here. How far behind do I feel? I meant to hit the creature. I just fast clicked. I'm gonna just play my hand out, I think. If we get dragged under, we get dragged under, but they have like no land types, so I doubt they're playing that. Drag to the bottom. Is that the card name I'm looking for? Last time I played against like a blue-black deck that was kind of doing the same thing. They had the card, but they were just playing like triomes and stuff to get it active. I only can grab a land, or they put them all at the bottom and give me another poison, I guess. Grab a land. Okay. Real cards, you're good. So I can attack with my Glissa. And I won't play this to flip our Graveyard Trespasser. Exile it? Go to Wara. How do I flip? I don't think so. I gotta just replay them both now. We can start eating their cards next turn, potentially growing this and get this active. Again, I'm not sure that there's a board wipe that they're playing that I really have to worry about. I want to have as many creatures in play in terms of sack effects that they could play. Also, Glissa just gets to freely block here. Unless they have another Anointed with Affliction. Fencer. Flying? No. This card is like another card that just looks like it should have flying. Whenever you proliferate one of these. If you don't control a creature name, then they'll create it. Or target artifact you control gains flying. Okay. We want to attack with 2 creatures here. I kind of do. To draw a card with the wedding announcement. So do we just talk to Samurai? Or do we let the wedding announcement... I think drawing a card's way more important. We can assign 1 to each of these if they double block Glissa for some reason. That's how First Strike and Death Touch works. I'll take the bounce. They might be afraid of him. Another Wandering Emperor would make sense. They're double blocking here. I mean... Sure, I guess. I'm just doing this to draw a card. No counters. And we can't remove 3 counters from us because we're not considered a permanent, which would be sick. Land. Play this wedding announcement. And we're going to play our land out because we do play Atraxa and some higher cost cards. Could be a counter spell. Yeah. It is. Makes sense. Play our land. There you go. I'm just going to be able to swing Venser. What card could this be? A sack? A draw? The 4th copy? A cut down. Okay. We're going to activate this and just remove what we think's important. Any card at random, I guess. We'll keep the creature for a 1. Do we get rid of the land or do we bring some of these? Let's get rid of this, I guess. I don't know if it necessarily matters. I don't think it does. But we'll just play it as though it does. Kind of hoping they hit a land. Obviously. As for obvious reasons. They do. Nice. They concede. Can't really attack here. They don't... It makes sense because my thing's going to flip. They're not really going to want to attack. I'm going to be able to attack them, draw cards. So I just can like push the advantage. So that makes sense from them. We'll keep. We have double cut down. Cut down has provingly been worse and worse the more I've played it. Never mind. It's really good. What is this? You're my hero, I think. I don't think I've ever seen this. Gains Death Touch, I guess. Letting think it's 8 rack? Is that where we're at? Sure. I'm just gonna keep drawing cards. Comes the Davriel for more of the spark. Not an underdog. I mean, I guess I'll just draw and they can arrest me if they'd like. Death touch on here is not super relevant. The battle, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate only if a non-skeleton creature died under your control. I'm gonna be mana efficient and I'm gonna get rid of the underdog now. Wedding announcement's really nice. This can give us some threats. We have a cut down backup, so if they take their entire turn to do this, we can remove it. Or they could play a Shieldred. Let's stop on our upkeep, I suppose. That was just flyer. Okay. Mana efficient again. We'll remove here. Move this. Could have just taken the 2 in case we would have found like a Wandering Emperor or something. Activate this now. Draw a card. Hopefully hit a land. Hit an Atraxa. The absolute opposite of a land. We'll hold this soldier back. Second Shielder would be awful. I can make it a treasure. Maybe. Got to find a land. Which means we'll probably end up attacking with both these. Well, then it happens on end step, so it might not matter. A little bit weird. Underdog comes in. We'll probably let all this happen. We'll attack, sure. No. Okay. Well, we can eat the underdog. Go here, play this, eat underdog. They didn't hit a land, or we wouldn't know they would. Why did it act like it did damage to me? I mean, it did to them, but this is really nice. First strike death touch here. Always really nice. Evoke despair. Not very nice. We get to eat 2 things here, so that's fine. We'll sack this. Wedding announcement. No planeswalker to sacrifice, so it all happens. Fly ain't doing nothing, so they go ahead and get in with it. My turn. I can only crew, cannot draw. I don't like drawing lands anyway. Attack out. We're gonna eat this Shieldred for more reasons than one. We will just pass. We get to flip this. We get to sack this creature in case we get invoked spread again. We'll let them draw 2 instead of playing the Emperor into it. Invoke to spare me again. Go for the throat. Might be a sacrifice creature here. Invoke to spare is off. So here comes a Lily. We have a way to remove this Batterfly. I could crew the Bank Buster.
Happy to help, but I'm taking the credit.
Oh, I can't crew the Bank Buster. Sack a creature. I'm gonna play a Wandering Emperor and make a 2/2, sack the 2/2. And then which, if they attack me with the fly, won't matter.
I've learned much during my travels.
Could cut down this, but it goes through. I sack that. I keep my glutton. Keeping the glutton. We go for face or do we go for Lily? I'm going for Lily, I think. Because they can plus and then minus the next turn. Attack. The only thing we have to worry about is like a Takenuma, so I'm not too concerned here. Sure. Give a death touch. You can have it. Make a creature in case of an invoked spare.
Guards, to me.
Good draw. Play another Bank Buster, but I also want to get the wedding announcement started. And this will eat everything an invoked spare has. Sack a 1/1, sack this, sack this. Yeah, sure. Resolves. I'm gonna get rid of the Bank Buster. I guess I could have got rid of Atraxa. I'm so far away from this Atraxa. Well, we'll get rid of it here, I guess.
Don't overthink things.
But down, not gonna be good enough for the shadow. Land but tapped. I mean, better than nothing. Okay, so we can crew here. Let's put a counter here, give it first strike. And we can deal with the shadow entirely.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Attack Lily again, because they're limited on options. They block with one. Sure. But we're going to be able to play a Glissa after this, and it has first strike, so it doesn't matter how big Shadow gets, it's not going to hit us. Sure. A crew again. Nice, 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 nice. A Shieldred. We have an answer for a Shieldred, though. Player discards card. We do not have an answer for Shieldred. What am I thinking? We lose it. We'll just draw another one. It's fine. Don't worry about it. My turn. I have nothing to do. Sure. Put a counter here.
Remember your training.
How aggressive am I supposed to be? Pretty aggressive, I think. Attacking with two creatures, get my wedding announcement to draw me a card. No, I just don't care. Well, I kind of care about Lily still, but I'm going to go face now. I'm going to change the game plan. Because they'll probably like Glissa through, or they might block with the Cult, I guess. They would have to trade another creature off in order to bring it back. A little bit interesting what they might do. Sure. Turn to get this out of here. We could have drawn a card, but again, we have a Shieldred in play. Doesn't feel incredible. That's sad. This trades. It won't be able to bring us back anyway. We draw a card. Take two. This flips. We gain two. Like before, you could. You don't have to play land. Oh, they had a land. Nice. So we get rid of our land. They have a 4/5 back. That lethal? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What would you look at that? I don't have to do that. Sick, right? This card's messed up. And we'll turn that into a treasure. Plus here. I'll
I've
attack
got
face.
new moves to teach you.
And it'll be lethal. I don't know. Draw a card, lose a life, I guess. Alright, cool. Grinded that one out. I've been asked for a lot of basics today. I need people to play basics against me or I lose. Crazy. Well, well, well. The end game, here we are. It's kind of hard to tell with this deck on how good it is. Main reason why is because games take so long. So this is definitely like should be probably doctored up and played in maybe like best of 3, so you don't feel like your times is wasted. But it's for comparison, I played 3 matches, maybe 4. I think somebody conceded super quick, so like 4-ish matches in like 45 minutes, 40 minutes ish. And I just played blue red and I played 8 matches in 35 minutes. So double the matches there. So if you're really truly just trying to get through ranks, this might not be the best, but if you're a mythic and you're pushing, something like this might be better off for you. I trimmed a wedding announcement for a 3rd Glissa because I felt like the combat damage and having this Glissa being an extra copy is so important. I didn't want to cut Bankbuster because of drawing and getting us back into the game. Scourgers come up a lot of times in spots, especially with decks trying to like bring back things so many times, like Atraxas and whatnot. Eternal Wanderer has been fine. It's really good. It does lack like a game-winning ult, but it definitely can stabilize ult in terms of like, and when we refer to ultimates, we talk about the bottom ability. But its -4 is like fine. The 2/2s are fine and creating pressure. Upticking, exile something could be really relevant. Raska is cool. Raska has a game-winning ult that we're talking about. I play 2. Some of these lists are playing like 1, but I play 2, so I can, if I get one to ult, I can play another one to proliferate and actually finish the game that way. And then the one of Atraxa, the kind of this is like a best of 1 card. Maybe I'm probably not going to be playing this in best of 3, or maybe like you can pivot into this game plan afterward, like play a couple of these in the sideboard, maybe just like hard cast them later in the game because you do get the added benefits of grabbing these planeswalkers. But other than that, the deck's good, feels good. Like a lot of games feel pretty hard to lose, but some games feel hard to win. That's like kind of the standard meta. Like you can kind of beat this half or you beat the other half. You couldn't see my hand, but I said this half or that half. But again, hope you all enjoyed watching. Hope this deck maybe open some eyes into different archetypes that you can play other than just mono red soldiers aggro beat face in. But again, hope you enjoyed watching. We'll see you around in the next one.